Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and I'm back with another Pauper League, and I'm going to be playing some more Jund Gardens. I've played this deck through a couple leagues on my channel. Go check out my channel. Go check out those leagues before I spoil the result. YouTube.com/Snapbolt. Um, this deck has been performing really well. In the last three leagues, we are 13 and 2. So we've gone 5-0, 4-1, 4-1. Two of those leagues are posted on my channel. One was off stream. I played one more league total. The first league with the deck, we went 3-2. So our record overall with the deck is really good and it just feels really strong. So I'm going to be testing for the Pauper Super PTQ starting with this list. I really want to play it. So I'm hoping the testing continues to go well and we don't find any like glaring weaknesses. But that being said, let's get into a quick deck check here, and then we'll just get right into the league. Again, you can check out those other videos. But basically, we're a Jund tokens deck. It's called Jund Gardens because of Colony Garden. In conjunction with these bounce lands, we actually make a lot of tokens just with our lands. Then we play Sprout Swarm, Rebirth, and Glimmer Baron essentially as like token payoffs, along with Rites of Initiation as a finisher. I'm not going to go into too much detail on all these cards right now, but then we have a sacrifice package to go along with our Rebirth, Synthesizer, Chromatic Star, which also helps fix our mana, Ichor Wellspring, and Deadly Dispute. This is just Ancestral Recall, so this card has been just nuts. I just like keep putting it in decks, and it's just hard to play without this card, honestly, right now in Pauper. It's just so strong at the moment. Two Thorns have been really impressive as well. And one thing I wanted to note before we get into this, there is a retro border, like an old frame of Glimmer Baron on Magic Online. Let me even show you right now. Glimmer Baron. See, I own these ones, but then there's another printing of this old border, and I like the old border cards, and I cannot find this. Can somebody tell me, is this like on Magic Online here, but you can't purchase it? Is there any way to purchase it? Does anybody own these that they can sell to me? I like the old border and I'd love to play with these, but I've gone to pretty much every bot and they just none of them have it. It's Modern Horizons 2 old border, so it just doesn't make sense. But if you know where to get it, let me know. I posted on Reddit, I posted on Twitter. I cannot find these on Magic Online, which is the first time that has ever happened. So pretty funny there. Um, but I guess I made a change or two since the last time. I'm playing one fling in the sideboard, mostly for Tron. Not not sure if this will actually stay in the list because the sideboard slots are really tight at the moment. I cut one Chainer's Edict for a second Serene Heart. I was just thinking about it some more and I was like, okay, against Boggles, they actually play a lot of things that can deal with Edict. Like they play the new Spirited Companion, the Best Boy. They play sometimes Colony Guard, not usually, but they also play that enchantment that makes a 1/1. But Serene Heart just wrecks them, especially in conjunction with Fumes. So I just went up to two Serene Heart because Boggles is kind of picking up in popularity. I want more space in the sideboard. Like I want another Bog. I want maybe another Ancient Grudge or Gorilla Shaman. I want another Pyroblast. Uh, Spider Silk has been really impressive. Could go down to one. I want another Weather the Storm. So there's just not space for everything. So I'm not sure we need this fling because I think our Tron matchup's already going to be pretty decent. They have to like fog pretty early because we can just start pressuring with a lot of tokens. And we have munitions, so I'm not sure we actually need this, but I'm gonna try it again this league. Let's see. Any other notes I wanted to make on the deck? Rites of Initiation has just been extremely impressive. In the last league, when I 4-1'd, I won on turn 3 two separate times with Rites. Just going Kuldotha Rebirth, let's say on turn 2. Turn 3, Rites, discard 6 cards, that's 21 damage. So it's pretty easy, especially because this deck just draws so many cards to have a full grip, even when you have like, 3 or 4 creatures out between Gardens, Rebirth, Sprout Swarm, Glimmer Baron. We have a lot of creatures. So it's really easy to just win really fast with the rights. I would not go down any lower than 2, but also I don't think I'd play more than 2 because it's kind of whack hitting them off synthesizer or drawing too many copies doesn't really do anything. Plus, you don't really necessarily want to see them in your opening hand all the time. So I'm not sure. that you want more than 2 rights, but this card has been extremely impressive, and I think 2 is the correct number, but not sure about that one. Um, any other notes I wanted to make? Sprout Swarm has been very impressive as well. The deck in general, just being Jund is nice. Um, we have a lot of different color creatures to play around, stuff like Prismatic Strands. Synthesizer, I've considered going down to 3 or maybe even 2, but it has so much synergy with the deck, and I just don't think that's necessarily a good play. Also, the fact that it makes a token, it just synergizes with so much of our deck. Plus, being a good card advantage, I think you just have to accept that sometimes you're not going to have the right color mana, and you're going to miss on it sometimes. Sometimes you have to play it out early, but I think it's worth it to have the full 4 copies just to be able to just grind. So without further ado, let's just get right into round 1. Let's go. All right, welcome to round 1. We're on the play. We're against Above Curve. This hand just has to be a mulligan, I think. Unfortunately, we're 1 land away from it actually being a good hand, but I think it's just a little land light to not be good here. So let's mulligan that. This hand's pretty bad too. I think I might have to keep. I can't cast any of these red spells yet, but I don't really want to go to 5. I'm just gonna keep and hope to draw mana. We get an extra draw out of Wellspring, and if we draw a red source, then we're kind of doing it. So we'll see what we're up against here. This deck does mulligan a fair amount, but with the bounce lands and how much card advantage you have, you get out of the mulligans pretty well with this deck as well. We're against Swamp Pass. Not drawing a red source yet. I really don't want to cast Sprout Storm without buyback either. Oh, it might be Cycle Storm. It could be Mono Black Reanimator. Or some weird hybrid. It's Cycle Storm. We don't have that much for it. Maybe Pyroblast, maybe Bog. Okay, there's Mountain just on time. So just gonna go Rebirth. And then I can start swarming. Hope to draw rights for the win, basically. It's a good draw, actually. All right, pass. If it is Cycle Storm, definitely kind of a rough matchup, but again, we can win on turn 3 ourselves, so right's pretty good in this matchup. Next turn, we can even Rebirth again by sacking this Vault. Just gonna swarm end of turn. I guess one option also is to go swarm with buyback and then swarm without buyback just to make an extra power right now. Because I don't have that much time. Like, they're gonna just go off at some point. Thanks, Pauper Tim. Yeah, it's been hard to respond to all the chat so far, but I think Boros is actually a pretty good matchup for you because you just have Deadly Dispute and they don't, and you kind of make more tokens than they do. So you do kind of just outgrind Boros from what I've found so far in my only 4 leagues so far with the deck. But I think this deck is sweet. Mana problems aside, I think this deck has a lot of power, ability to grind really well, and potential early wins. Hey Joker, why is Black Devotion top everywhere? I wouldn't necessarily say it's everywhere. People are probably playing it because they think it has a good matchup against Boros or the Fairy decks, is my guess. But I wouldn't say it's everywhere. Okay, so they're at 14. So if I make another token right now, I have 5 power. I can hit them to 9, and then I can bolt them down to 6. It's kind of tempting just because I don't know if I need to Sprout Storm with buyback again next turn. I don't know if that does anything. And this way I can hit for 1 more damage. Oh, nice. Just got it. Sweet. What I love to say is, who's the combo deck now? Okay. We want Bog. Weather the Storm is interesting. Pyroblast is also interesting. It counters. It just counters their Scob. Sick. I think we don't want to sideboard too much. Cast Down seems pretty bad. Lightning Bolt seems pretty bad. Same with Munitions. These all seem pretty bad, actually. So maybe we do want to bring in some number of cards. I could bring in Fling, too. Just have another potential quick win. Seems reasonable. And then I could leave in Lightning Bolt because I can bolt their 2/2s if they play it out. I think Weather's a trap too, but Pyroblast also isn't that good. Neither is Munitions. Munitions just seems like it's too slow. Doesn't actually do anything. Cast Down seems terrible. Usually, like, a removal spell isn't that good against them. Do they have Fumes? Do they play Fumes? Let me try to look up. Let me try to look up a list. Um, what's a what's like a card that they play that nobody else plays? Um, Sick. Songs, yeah, Songs of the Damned. That's what I was thinking. Having trouble looking it up. I don't think I have enough time. I think Thorn is too slow as well. I could play all these spells and then not play Thorn also. I mean, Weather isn't good, but it might be better than these cards. Because if I just gain like 12 life, that does make it a little harder for them to fully combo me. Or if they like storm off Storm 20, I can potentially Weather and they won't be able to kill. I think it's worth. I'll just try this. I don't have enough time to look it up. My thing's not actually working. I think I submitted there. Yeah. Okay. Wouldn't expect anything else, Pumpkin Queen. This hand's actually really good because just having the one Bog, I really want second Bog. Bog plus bounce lands is also pretty nice with this list. I like that you can't counter it. I like that you can reuse it multiple times. In the last league, I played against Jeskai Ephemerate. I had Bog in my opening hand. I bogged them 4 or 5 times throughout the game. I guess I just lead Swamp Star. That way I can Ancestral on 2 if I want. Just want to wait on these as long as possible. Okay. They kept 6. Especially if they're only on 1 land. I want to wait on Bog till they put some more creatures in the yard. We're not really pressuring them this game, so there's no reason to do anything quite yet. I'll just wait because I guess I can just dispute now, actually. Well, I'm going to draw 3, then I'd have to discard. So yeah, that's why I was going to wait. Okay. I will dispute, though, on their turn. What is that, J-Loop? Yo, glad you can make a stream. What's up? Cycle Ash Barrens for land. This deck is so funny. I think they usually play 12 lands, and 4 of those lands are Ash Barrens. It's just such an insane mana base. Okay, let's dispute. Ancestral Recall. Plus, it's Recall plus Ramp. It's like better than Ancestral Recall right there. Okay, I do want to keep waiting on Bog. They only have 1 creature right now. I can Bog next turn. I can lead on Synthesizer here. Kind of also want to play Colony Garden. I think I like leading on Synth, and then maybe playing Garden, Glimmer Baron. I can also cycle Ash Barrens for Forest, play Glimmer Baron, leave up Pyroblast. Now it won't have Dispute up. I can also play Colony Garden, sack Treasure to play Glimmer Baron, but then I do not have Pyroblast up. I think I like the get Forest line. Play the Baron, pass the turn. Again, Pyroblast only counters Scab, but that's huge. Yeah, I think you're right, Pauper Tim. Dispute could certainly get banned. Yeah, not restricted in Pauper. It literally was 2 mana, draw 3 plus make a treasure. That's so good. Okay. Even though they only have 2 creatures, I probably still will just bog them now on my next turn. Because we could also draw into bounce lanes and then continue to bog them. And just slow them down that way. Kind of sucks I wasn't able to play the Colony Garden, but this looks kind of nice. Just perfect Jund mana. Triple basic. Alright, the Ash Barrens get Forest. Okay, so they're on a brew version. Okay, they're going Exhume. So they're just going to put a horror into play. Honestly, that's not that good against us. I might not even bog next turn because they'll only have 1 creature. Okay, it's fine. They have a 4/4 that gets bigger. Oh, they put Architects? And their Architects targeting who? Targeting themselves? So they just want to get a 3/3 plus Halimar Depth's ability? Sure. This just doesn't really do anything. They played Islands in game 1. Maybe they're just some type of weird. Yeah, they were cycling Dranith healers. They have to be Cycle Storm with basic Forest. Okay, that's weird. Not what I was expecting. Ooh, there's a Fling. However, we still do not have like a Rebirth to go wide yet, but I think I'm going to lead on Ancestral. Sacking Synth. Mountain. It's actually not bad. There's another Glimmer Baron as well. I could just ignore this mountain. I don't even know if I need to play it. I have so many lands that are better to play, like Garden and Bog. Like, I don't need to draw a card by playing this mountain, essentially. So I don't think I'm going to. I think I want to wait till next turn again to Bog. This is close. Forces in the sideboard, they bring in Life Gain, they bring in Weather the Storm. Ah, I didn't know that. Good to know, good to know. That means they could have Weather the Storm in hand. Definitely good to know about. I still think I'm just going to go play Garden, play Glimmer Baron. Seems good to me. Let's attack. They can't block. I mean, they can. Just eat their thing. Play another Glimmer Baron. And pass. So again, chose to not draw a card there. And I didn't want to sack Treasure Token to Glimmer Baron, but that is a play that I've made before. It's kind of nice synergy that you can sack these Treasure Tokens to your Glimmer Barons if you want. I'm hoping they just cycle main phase to look for stuff, and then I can bog them. An interesting line would have been to Pyroblast the Architects when it was in play, but that just doesn't seem that good to me. Oh yeah, there's also, you're right, there's what's that card called? I'm blanking on the name. Somebody from chat help me out. Gnaw to the Bone, you got it. I knew I was not going to get that first. They're playing Cycle Storm. They've just had kind of awkward hands. They songs for only add 1 mana. Are they just going to hardcast like a 5-drop here? Or they're gonna what? They're gonna Reaping to get 2 creatures back. Yeah, they only have 2 creatures in the yard, so this is a really bad Reaping. 1 mana floating. Sure. Oh, they're cycling right now. Okay. Get it back. Nothing, and then they get back Architects. And then now they're just passing. Weird. Very strange. And they just concede. Their hand just was pretty awkward there. That was kind of free. I mean, Brian Cook is good with the deck. He's a very good Storm player. He won a challenge with it. I still think Cycle Storm is not a very good deck. And if people play like 2 relics in their 75, you just wreck this deck, I think. So I don't think the deck is very good. I've had opponents like draw their entire deck and then still lose. So yeah, not my favorite deck. I've played it once, played it badly. I think that's enough for me for now. Let's go round 2. All right, after Cycle Storm conceded to us, we're against Adriano Crying Face. Would you like to play first? Yes. 1 land, huh? Ship it. All right, this is much better. Keep, put back 1 of these 2 mountains, and then I just lead mountain, star, and turn 2, I can cycle Ash Baron, sick. Oh, Yawgmoth's Bargain Bin, what's up? Thanks for subbing. I think I missed a sub earlier too, maybe not. I was gonna cycle this Ash Barons now, but maybe I just go Rebirth Carnarium. Looks like I'm probably against Burn too, which I think is actually a good matchup for us. We can just try to race them with rights. Oh, everyone subbing. Hey, thanks for the subs. Oreo07. Ooh, that was a really good draw. Let's go Bounce Land. Pass. Next turn I can go cycle, get Forest, Glimmer Baron, start swarming. They just Searing Blaze a token. Ooh, that's actually pretty good here. So let's go 2 mana. Cycle using the red mana. Doesn't matter, I guess, which one. Oh, but I'm gonna get Forest for sure. Gonna play it. I won't be able to Deadly Dispute, and I won't be able to Sprout Form either, but I still think this is just the play. Getting Glimmer Baron down's kind of a big threat. Maybe next turn I play Thorn. Depends what they do. Yes, can we get a sub train? Y'all can go to my YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube there. Searing Blaze that. Okay, well this still resolves, unfortunately. Yawgmoth's Bargain gifting the 1 sub. Hey, thanks so much. All right. So they kill a Goblin token. Our Baron's a 3/4. I suppose I could have played Deadly Dispute sacking, but I would have had to sack a Goblin token, and then I just wasn't sure that that was worth it. Maybe it was. I'm at 11. They have 4 cards in hand. I'm definitely in rough shape. I have 2 options. I can go Wellspring into Dispute, draw 4 cards, or I can just cast Thorn and then draw cards next turn. I basically need to draw rights to win. I feel like just drawing 4 right now is better. Go Dispute away Wellspring, draw all lands. Not ideal. I think I don't attack with Glimmer Baron because they don't usually play with Lava Runner. Maybe it's worth it to attack. Just don't want to die to Lava Runner, but I'll get in there. So obviously not wanting to draw 4 lands there, but Thermal Alchemist. Okay, that's fine. Maybe we can set up a Glimmer Baron win here. We already have a couple tokens. Okay, cast down is great, actually. So let's plan out this turn carefully. I am going to cast down the Thermal Alchemist 100%. So I can go cast down this, play Colony Garden, and then I have 1, 2, 3 tokens, and I have 2 mana left. So I can Sprout Swarm 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. I can Sprout Swarm using my treasure. And then I'll have 1, 2, 3 tokens. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go cast down this, play Colony Garden, then no attack. And then I can potentially choose to Sprout Swarm twice because I can go tap these 5 permanents, Sprout Swarm, and then tap the Sprout Swarm token plus sack the treasure to Sprout Swarm again without buyback. I don't even know if that's good though. I still think keeping the treasure is probably worth. I don't think I need to attack for 2 or even 1. I'm just going to pass here. And then Sprout Swarm buyback. Hope to not die. I mean, the fact that they played Thermal Alchemist is a good sign for us for sure. They play a land. Okay. Curse. That's fine. Second curse. They have 2 cards left. We go to 9. So there's nothing that kills us right now, and they're tapped out. So let's see. Cast with buyback. 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens right now. But if I sack the treasure, I still remain at 4 tokens. So I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather keep the treasure around. Just untap. I feel like I do need to kill right now. Damn. Battlefield is not ideal. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sprout Swarm with buyback. Then play an untapped land. Sprout Swarm with buyback again. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tokens. That's only 13 damage. I'm a little short. Damn. I just don't think there's any way for me to win right now. I have a couple options. I kind of want to play Thorn. And then I can play Bounce Land, Bouncing Garden. hope to survive. I'm probably just going to die, but again, I have no way to win if I'm thinking about this correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Sprouts with buyback. 1, 2. What if I just tap plant plus summoning sick sapperling? Doesn't matter. So just go Sprout Swarm with buyback, Sprout Swarm again. 2 more tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's still only 13 damage maximum. So I have to just hope to survive. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it worth it to play a bounce land to play Garden again next turn? I think so. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I maybe shouldn't have attacked there either. I mean, I think I have lethal next turn no matter what, so I just have to survive. Another Sprout Swarm. Not sure that that's really that relevant either. Because again, we should have lethal next turn, so we have to just have them draw like another land here or creature. Chain Lightning us. I cannot fire it back at them because then they can just fire it back at me again. Fire Blast, and then we die. Damn. Alright. That was really close. We were just like 3 damage short of killing. Not sure we want Fling either. Chainer's Edict also kills their creatures. Munitions seems pretty bad. I guess Fling just allowing us to win early has got to be good enough. I can set out 1 Sprout Swarm. I kind of like Thorn in general. Maybe it's just worse than Sprout Swarm. Maybe it's just too slow. Maybe we draw enough cards. I think the burn matchup's actually pretty reasonable. You draw so many cards that you can find weather pretty consistently. I do want 1 more Weather the Storm for this type of matchup, but again, the sideboard slots are tight. But if I play against Tron, I feel like I'm gonna want this. Maybe side out another Munitions here, bring in Edict or Thorn. Munitions does just seem really slow. Edict can at least just answer Thermal Alchemist. Thorn is actually pretty good, I feel like. Just tapping out for it on turn 4. Pauper Tim likes Edict. Yeah, I mean, just having the most possible interaction is good. And Thorn does cost 4 mana. I'll try it. We still have 4 Synth, 4 Star, 4 Wellspring, 4 Deadly Dispute, so we're still drawing tons of cards. Alright, Snap Keep. We have Ancestral Recall plus Weather the Storm. Just gonna cycle for Forest here. Epicure. Okay. Forest. I think I'm just gonna play Wellspring. I want to hit more land drops, and I want to be able to Ancestral next turn if I have to. Because we really want to draw lands. Riftbolt. So I'm going to want to leave up Weather next turn most likely. Because we know they're at least going to Riftbolt, but would also like to Deadly Dispute. I have to just hit a land drop, I think. If I hit a land here, it's so good. I have 3 looks. Alright, we hit tapped lands. So it's actually kind of brutal. Because now I do not have Weather up. But I might be able to play like a big Weather moving forward. So I can go like Garden, Lightning Bolt your Epicure. But I can also go Garden, just discard one synth. I know I take one more, but I have one more mana for a potentially really good weather the next turn. If I just Gruul Turf, if I Gruul Turf, I have untapped land next turn though, and I potentially protect Vault. I think I like Gruul Turf, bounce Vault, and then even save the Bolt. And I'm gonna have to discard 2 cards. I don't want to like just discard both my synths necessarily. Let's see. If I go Gruul Turf, bounce Vault. Next turn, play Vault. I have 4 or 5 mana. I can go like Synth, Synth, or like Synth, Dispute, 3, maybe Bolt Weather next turn. I can maybe do all of that. But I can maybe do all that even if I just Garden. I guess I like Garden, discard Synth. I won't have untapped land now. Never mind, I'm gonna do this. I don't care too much about discarding, I don't think. I can discard Garden plus Synth right now. They're just looting blood. They have Martyr. It's kind of annoying actually to see that they have that. Just gonna try to play a big weather next turn. Because I can potentially play 4 spells here. Weather gain 12. It's gotta be good. Hopefully we don't die. At 9, 3 cards in hand, going to 8. I think that's fine to go to 8. Okay. So I might actually need to vault here. Potentially. I don't think I will. Let's lead on Synth. There's a star as well. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana potentially. If I play star, then I could go just Deadly Dispute. But I can sack star, add mana. Doesn't really help that much. I think it's worth it to play it. Let's play star. Play swamp, play dispute, play weather the storm, gain 12 right now. I think that's got to be the line. I don't want to wait to weather and then have them just save up burn spells and then me be in a spot where I always have to hold up weather. Because burn players often do that. Yeah, Epicurus said yes for another one, sure. But we're also back up to 20. Can find our other weather nice. I don't even know if I need to play it quite yet. I think I'm just gonna go lightning bolt this, play Ichor Wellspring, pass the turn. Definitely gonna bolt this. And I think I just go play Wellspring. Garden. Garden is interesting. Gives me more mana next turn and a 1/1 this turn. I'm at 15. They have 3 cards. I think I should basically be able to win this game easily from this point. Because I found both my weathers. Top 21 cards. Pretty lucky. I still don't even know if I need to weather quite yet. I can go like star, crack it. Can also just start by cracking synth. I think I like that and just waiting on this weather because I'm still at 15. All right, well, that was a miss. Then I'm just going to go swamp, pass the turn, and then I'll end up turn Sprout Swarm. But even though we miss on that synth, still getting the 2/2 is like pretty good. Molten Rain, my bounce land. All right. Sure. Still might be able to cast a bunch of spells next turn. Nice, there's Mountain. It's also pretty decent. I don't know if I need to cast even that many spells. I can just leave up a bunch of stuff. Still at 13. You can let them add to the storm if they want to cast spells. If they don't, then I can just keep Sprout Swarming and maybe also Weather. Curse. Okay. So let's see. Let's Weather, or no, not Weather first. Oh my god. Sprout Swarm with buyback. Sprout Swarm with buyback there. And then I mean, I can Sprout Swarm without buyback into Weather, gain 9, but I don't think I want to do that even. I suppose I should have a. All right, this had summoning sickness, right? 12. Probably just gonna fire off a Weather here, just to let ourselves be a little safer. Would have been gain 12. We can just gain so much life here, I think. There's no way we die right now. Another chromatic. I can also cast one or both of these Sprout Swarms without buyback if I want. Probably cast one. Oh, I should have tapped these. I just made a mistake there. So let's go star. Then let's go Sprout Swarm without buyback. Definitely not playing this turn very well, but should be fine. I'll save this Sprout Swarm just in case they wrath us. Yeah, this deck is awesome. I'm punting this, but again, getting bailed out because we drew both copies of Weather here. Who's the combo deck now? And sure, like if they wrath us now, then we can just keep swarming. We're at 30. Yeah, so they wrath us. See what they have. Searing Blaze, Fire Blast. Okay. Deadly Dispute. That is a nice one. Let's just lead on Ancestral. I think I'm actually fine to crack Synth right now. Sure, I could miss, but yeah, nice. Just hit. Just gonna continue to draw cards. Pass the turn. Could I have brought back with Star? I'm not sure what you're saying. Another Carnarium. That doesn't really do anything. Let's just buy back here. Just trying to play fast because my clock is real. Green draw. Wellspring draw. There's a Glimmer Baron. Cast it. Okay. Should be able to kill next turn. Searing Blaze that. Okay, sack. I'll just bolt them here. We have 9 minutes for game 3. Fire Blast us. Sure. We're down to 20. I don't know why they would Fire Blast us here. Bolt you. Go to 18. We did need both those weathers here, which is kind of funny. So we'll go Garden. Sprout Swarm with buyback. Sprout Swarm with buyback. Cast Sprout Swarm. And attack. Okay. We found a victory, an angle. Now I have to play a little bit faster for game 3, but it's against Burn, so it shouldn't be too crazy. I was trying to take my time there. All right. I still think I like the Chainer's Edict. All right. Does Serene Heart kill Curse of the Pierced Heart? I'm not saying that I'm going to bring it in, but those are auras, right? Because they're enchant players. This does actually work, right? Yeah, so it does work. We could play one copy. The problem is we're bringing in a card for only one card they have. But as the game goes along, if we can kill 2 curses with the Serene Heart, that's pretty insanely good. Like, Fling is not that good. Yeah, and Curse isn't really that good. Like, if we draw Serene Heart and they don't draw Curse, that's so bad for us. I just generally think you don't want to do things like that. So let's not do it. All right. Let's draw Weather the Storm again. I'm going to keep this hand. It's pretty bad, but I don't know. I think it's worth it. As long as they have some creatures, this hand gets much, much better. All right, well, none yet. Do I synth on turn 1? I think no. I'll synth on turn 2, perhaps. Play a Thermal Alchemist. No. There's the curse that we didn't want to see. Do I bolt them? Maybe. My mana's really tight. Ooh, there's a rebirth. Okay, we missed on that one. We can synth again to try to find another land with this rebirth. Or we can deadly dispute the synth, which probably is what I'll do. Okay. Need to F6 here. Rift Bolt. We go to 14. Let's dispute this. There's weather. No! God damn, that was brutal. And I'd have to sack my Great Furnace now. That was a huge miss. Huge miss. Now my plan is to go rebirth the treasure, untap, and just try to lethal them with a rights. Could just die here. Go to 6. There's an Ash Barrens, okay. So I cycle, get Forest, play Forest, play Rebirth, play Glimmer Baron, hope to survive, and then win next turn with rights. Fingers crossed. They're gonna blood token away a land too. Jeez. We're at 6. I feel like we're just so likely to die. They didn't blood token? That means they have it? Why would they not blood? Maybe they have a Wrath in hand that they're trying to keep? That makes no sense to me. Yeah, now they're blooding? That's actually potentially a huge mistake. Suspend Rift Bolt. They're at 17. They have one blocker. But I also, okay, I go to 5. I don't think that's relevant. Okay. So I have plenty of time here. I gotta just make sure I make the right play. I can go float 1 red with Great Furnace. Deadly Dispute. Tap these 2. Deadly Dispute away the Furnace. That gives me 1 more card in hand. Plus red floating. Plus a treasure to bolt this if I need to. So they can't block anything. I mean, I just have to go for it. I'm just deciding what the best way to do so is. Oh, I also didn't Sprout Swarm at the end of their turn. But I don't even know if that's better because this gives essentially +4 to our creatures. But if we had another creature out, I was thinking to Sprout Swarm end of turn and then I literally just forgot. All right, let's go Deadly Dispute away Great Furnace, leaving red floating. Because it gives me another red and another card in hand. So now, if I go bolt this, rights for 5, it's super lethal. Do I need to bolt this? I don't think I need to, but yeah, might as well. Because then if they have a removal spell for 1 creature, then I still have lethal, I think, with Glimmer Baron. So I go bolt this, then attack with all rights for 5, and that should do it. Can't believe we won this game if we do. Rights for 5. This card's really impressive. Nice. Yeah, the bolt line was correct because then if they go bolt a goblin token, I go sack it to Epicure, and then that's the most damage possible. Yeah, just like we drew it up exactly. That was sweet. Sick. Did not think I was going to win that match, but even after exiling the Weather the Storm, missing on it because we didn't hit a land, um, we were able to get there. This record with this deck is insane. 15-2 in the last 3 leagues and now these 2 matches. This deck is so sick. I'd say this is definitely in contention for my best brew of all time. And I am really excited to play this in the Pauper Super this weekend. So let's go round 3. Let's try to 5-0 this thing. Oh, Bog Main. Yeah, Bog Main could be good. All right, 2-0. Welcome to round 3. We're against Zhao Counterspell. Keep this. It's hitting solid. He said, hey, GLHF2. Looks like we're probably up against Blue-Black Phase, my guess. Yeah, I honestly thought about cutting an Ash Barrens for 1 Bog Main to try to free up a sideboard slot. That could be good. I love to hear that primed ready. That's dope. Okay, they're doing nothing, so I'll just cycle for Forest here. But Ash Barrens, it is pretty key for fixing our mana. I think the 3 most played decks in the Super Qualifier will be Blue Black Fae, Boros, and Affinity. And maybe, some other Fae decks and Boggles in there. Maybe Boggles will be more than one of those decks. But those are probably like the top 4. All right, let's go Forest, Wellspring. Are they just gonna like flash into Spell Stutter? Oh, Cycle Fumes. Love to see that. Looks like they don't know what we're up to. Yeah, Ash Barrens is so good in this list. I think it's kind of just too critical. And then, I mean, maybe you could cut 1 bounce land for a bog, but then I don't know, that feels kind of weird too. It's just really tough to say. Right, they're passing with mana up. I don't want to discard by playing Carnarium. So instead, I'm going to play Vault, pass, and then end of their turn, I can Ancestral. That seems like the line. And I even have Bolt up, which is just kind of nice. If they flash and stutter, I'll just bolt it. Might even flash in, if they flash and stutter, I might bolt it and then also Ancestral. That seems good to me. The problem is also playing Bog Main is you already have a lot of tap lands because you have 2 Ash Barrens, 4 Balance lands, 4 Colony Gardens. So you already play a lot of bounce lands or a lot of tapped lands. So adding another tapped land to the deck is like I feel like you have to cut a tapped land. Because a lot of games I find myself like turn 1 tap land, turn 2 tap land, turn 3 bounce land, turn 4 tap land, and it's just pretty rough. All right, let's Deadly Dispute right now so I don't get spell stuttered. And then I probably also will bolt end of turn just to use my mana. And then if they counter, I can also potentially resolve Munitions, which should be pretty good against them. I actually don't hate seeing all these gardens here, but definitely going to use a bolt since I have 9 cards in hand. Mismatched islands though. Bolt. And then if they spell stutter this, sure. If they don't, I likely get to resolve Munitions. All right, this is fine. Nice. Untapped land is actually pretty good here. So let's go resolve Munitions. Play Garden. I think I just kill both their creatures here. Sack my plant. Kill this. And then just bolt the other one. So I don't have to sack a land. Yeah, I don't think playing the bolt was a mistake. We had 9 cards in hand. I really wanted to use my mana, and I wanted them to spell stutter actually, because then if I resolve munitions, it's just so rough for them to do anything moving forward. Synth. I can kill a spell setter, but I can't beat spell setter plus counter, but that's fine if they have it. Baron. Wellspring. Let me counterspell that. Kind of want to just play Rakdos Carnarium and then start playing Colony Gardens. I love bouncing Garden with Bounce Land. Cast down. Okay. Yeah, chat's following my lineup play. I went for the bolt, knowing they would probably spell stutter it, and I was fine with that. All right, angler we can beat because we can just chump, shoot over and over and over, like, and we have cast down already. So I thought about I kind of wanted to play one angler in this deck just because this is such a good card. So adding another good card, but it's bad with synth. I'm just not sure that we actually want to do that. I think at upkeep I'll just cast down this. It's not like it's getting better for us. Could just continue to wait and ignore it, but if I don't have to block sack starting now, it's kind of nice. I'll probably start my next turn by Crack Synth. I'll just wait on Sprout Swarm, not in a rush. Let's Crack Synth. Another Synth, nice. Synth into Synth, the old classic, huh? Counterspell, sure. So now I can go Gardens. I can actually just Sprout Swarm right now, but then I don't have munitions up. So I'll just pass. Oh, what's up, Stompy? Yeah, you suggested Biograph on Twitter to me, right? I do want to test it. I just I wasn't sure exactly what to cut. Oh, opponent, I thought they said hey, but they were saying hurry, and they go, that was relatively fast. It's like, yeah, because we stopped him. Yeah, Biograph could be sweet, but like, what are you cutting for Groff? You would have to cut like Thorn, Cast Down. Um, I'm not sure. Maybe if you just went straight red green, Biograph gets better. I don't think you really want to cut Star because that helps our mana. I'm not really sure. All right, so they're blue black Fae. We saw fumes already, and they're gonna probably side in more fumes. Um, I also bring in these, and that's probably all that I bring in. Thorn is good. It's just a little bit risky versus their flyers. Let's board out this. I actually kind of like boarding out a right, but maybe not in this matchup. Sometimes if they have like a ton of removal or cards like Strands, I've liked boarding out a rights. See, I can board out one synth. I don't know really how to sideboard here. We can just make some like random cuts. I think Fumes is good enough versus them. I can board out a Glimmer Baron or even a Rights. Not sure I want to set out Sprout Swarm either, because they kind of have to counter this. Yeah, Baron could go. I could even side out 2 Barons just because they have a lot of cast downs and stuff. It gets a lot worse. Because Sprout Swarm does seem pretty good. It's like a card that they have to have a counter spell for. Otherwise, I just get to keep getting value. And you're right, they have cast down, snuff out. They have like a bunch of good answers for Baron. What if I side out all 4 Barons? Just side it out. I don't hate that. I can try it. And just keep all my value. I'm gonna try it. They have fumes, but we get to bring in Spider Silk, and we can beat like 1 fumes a lot of times. I don't know if we can beat 2. All right, I'm just gonna mulligan this. All right, this looks a lot better. Just put back a synth. I can put back a rights. I'm so far away from rightsing here. I love Colony Garden plus Rakdos Carnarium. Perfect mana. Start making plants. Sure, it's a little bit slow, but it's pretty solid. Yeah, I don't know if this is correct, but I just thought it was kind of a fun experiment. So thought I should go for it. If they tap out, I might tap out for munition. I guess they have Hydroblast post board also, so it doesn't really matter as much. Still resolving it is pretty nice. I'm gonna try to resolve it. Doesn't get better than this, I don't think. They don't have spell setter or counter up, but they had the blue blast anyway. Okay. Next turn I'll probably go Wellspring into Bounce Land. They have Ninja. They do. Rebirth. Still think I just need to go Wellspring into Bounce Land. I don't want to Rebirth and sack a land here, so we can Rebirth next turn. Sprout Swarm's kind of interesting. I'll just chump the Ninja here. They're probably not going to spend a removal spell on my plant. I did have an opponent fire like 2 plants. I've had an opponent just like, spend multiple opponents spend removal spells on these goblins because like sometimes they just have to spend their removal on creatures. Ooh, cast down. I like that. So I'm just gonna go Rebirth. They have to have spell stutter or counter here though. But I mean, Rebirth getting countered, is that better than Synth getting countered? I don't know. If this doesn't get countered, then I get to, block this, or can also cast down a spell stutter right here. Ooh, that is good. Wow, that resolved? That's shocking. I'll try to go for upkeep cast down on their ninja. Maybe they have fumes. Next turn I get to cast this, so hopefully no fumes. But if they do, they don't get to save this and fumes this turn. Then maybe I can resolve this. Okay, they let it go. Faeries here. Okay. They still could have fumes. I mean, I guess I'd go for this, right? They could counter it. They just have to have it. But they can't counter and play fumes. What if I lead on synth to bait? Then it's just like them gonna miss on synth. Let's just jam. Wow, it resolved? Crazy. I was not expecting that to resolve at all. So now I'm just gonna go Carnarium Bounce, Garden, Pass, no attack. And then I can leave up Sprout Swarm with buyback. And all my creatures have reached now. So they just didn't have fumes. The way they were playing, I could have sworn that they would. Echoing Decay that. I mean, that's pretty annoying, but at least I didn't rebirth again. Still got my 1-2 reach. I mean, their hand hasn't seemed that jank. They're like playing good cards. They went, yeah, early creature. They went blue blast. They went ninja. We've just kind of answered a lot of what they're doing. Ooh, that's good too. They went augur, put preordain into their hand, but do not cast it. So they have to have counterspell or spell stutter right here. 100% they have it. Let's just try to synth. I mean, if they counter it, I can play another synth. They don't counter it. Kind of surprising. I thought they would counter. Counterspell. Now I think I resolve Rebirth on synth. Might miss, but I think getting the 3/1/2 reaches is worth making sure I resolve this. All right, so we missed, but that's fine. Now I go Garden. And I'm going to Sprout Swarm right now. It uses the mana and keeps more creatures untapped for me. And I just get to tap these plants. Okay. Pass. I'm just going to F6. There's no way that I'm going to Sprout Swarm without buyback. Interesting that they let Synth resolve, but then countered the Wellspring. Maybe they're just hoping I miss on Synth as a way to win. This card is continuously impressive at fighting against cards like Fumes and Electrickery, and just giving your team +0/+1 in reach is good against a lot of decks. Yeah, I just saw you said that, Pauper Tim. 1-2 reach, holding down the fort, exactly. I think it's also so sweet that Colony Garden makes uncounterable O2 reaches with this in play, which is really good, actually. All right, let's synth. Sick. Call Prime ready. Thanks for subbing. We're getting a lot of subs today. Appreciate it. Blue Blast. Okay. So they can Spell Stutter a Sprout Swarm. I can potentially also start attacking with some stuff. I think it's not worth it. I'm just going to pass here. They could have Spell Stutter still. I wonder if I just don't cast Sprout Swarm with buyback. I feel like that's probably too greedy. Probably just going to do it at the end of their turn. So we have 1 Fumes in Exile that we missed on. I feel like I should just cast this. Because if they don't have a counter here, then it's just so good for me. They do have the stutter. Damn. And even if they have that, it's not that bad. I mean, I can always draw into another one. Another bolt. Well, that would have been good helping me resolve this. Just going to pass the turn with my team. Kind of nice. I'm not vulnerable to Fumes, and I'm not that vulnerable to Second Decay either. Ooh, that's good. They can Spell Stutter this, but looks like they don't have it. Ooh, nice. All right, I'll just do it at the end of their turn. Brainstorm. Just let it resolve. They're going to have to play more stuff. I still can't play around another spell setter, so I could have Sprout Swarmed in response, but I don't know. I think this is fine. Yeah, they have an augur though too, and this allows me to potentially Sprout Swarm like a bunch more times. So they just counterspell this. So now I probably do need to start attacking. I can just bolt the augur and then start attacking. They have 2 cards in hand. We have 1. Honestly, these plant tokens are really good. I think the garden mana base is where you want to be. Synth resolves. Nice. Oh, jeez. Nice. That was pretty sweet. That was huge. Sick. Oh, they had echoing truth for our goblin tokens, but that's fine. I mean, that's still like essentially a 2-for-1 for us because we got to sack an artifact, make 3 things, and they just got to kill the 3 things. Not that bad for us. Wow, that's an incredibly greedy thorn. I suppose if they have another echoing truth or decay or double snuff out after draw, they can protect the monarch, but yeah, incredibly greedy. I mean, I think they were kind of priced into going for it now. Maybe they had 1 removal spell. Yeah, got him. Nice. This deck continues to impress. Good one, Pumpkin Queen. You might say we suffocated the opponent there. All right, let's jam. I'll be right back for round 4. All right. Welcome to round 4. We're against Oliver Juice, MTM. Always hype. He said, "How you going?" I said, "Hype 3-0." He said, "Oh, nice." 2-1. Sweet. GLHF. Always a pleasure to run into you. All right, this has to be a mulligan, I think. Um, Swamp is rough. We're keeping this. Um, Opponent kept 7. I can put back rights because I don't have a Caldotha Rebirth yet, and I don't actually have red mana. I'm just gonna put back rights. I think it's just the safest card to put back. Juice plays out a lot of grindy decks too, so of course. Now I wish I had rights. We could have had a potential turn 3 win here. So I can go Glimmer Baron. I can also go Star and then Ancestral on turn 2. What's best here? I feel like Ancestral on 2 is best, and then like do stuff on turn 3. Exactly. That's why we didn't actually have the turn 3 win because we didn't have the red. We don't have the red sources. All right. I think I like leading on Ancestral and then Glimmer Baroning later. Like playing the 1-2 now doesn't actually do that much. Just gonna resolve this now. I don't have to discard, and maybe I play Glimmer Baron or do something else. Hmm. I have no artifact and no other red source. I feel like play Glimmerbaron's probably still correct. I guess leaving a bolt is reasonable too. I can bolt like a Frogmite or a Glaze Fiend or something. I'm just gonna pass. I don't want to use my treasure on just playing a Glimmerbaron that doesn't really do anything yet. It's just like a 1-2. Sure, I could have been attacking for one, but it just doesn't seem that good. Okay. There's the aforementioned Frogmite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I don't bolt Frogmite, they could Mirror Enforcer right now. So I think I have to now. 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And I don't want to let them Enforcer this turn. Okay, well, I tried. All right, let's just start playing removal spells here. I think we can win the long game here, actually. Well, maybe not. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, this draw. I'm gonna say, geez, calm down. Saying that's a crazy draw. All right. I think in order to win this game, how do I do that? They have 3 cards in hand. Maybe I go play Baron, pass. I want to hit a land drop though. I could lead my turn on the Ancestral. I just need to hit lands, I think, in order to win. Brutal. Didn't really like Deadly Dispute into necessarily. I mean, we want to hit a land, obviously. That's what we wanted. I can just synth, hope to hit land. I think that's my best bet. Could also just cast down and then take 6. I think synth, hope to hit land is best. Brutal. Well, I had a lot of looks and I just couldn't hit lands. 2 mana, another Ancestral. Oh my god, this draw. I mean, we're just not beating this. Oh my god. And then like double Galvanic Blast us here. Another Ancestral. Plus rebuy multiple Mirror Enforcers, which they could do right now. They could have done it right now. I said that draw was something. GG. Yeah, I'm not even mad. That was crazy. I mean, our draw was bad, but their draw was insanely good. Okay, let's bring in our hate pieces. Um, I don't think I like to bring in Bog in this matchup. I don't hate just like boarding just like this. Yeah, we could play Shenanigans over Grudge. I'm willing to try it for sure, but I do like Grudge, how it's an instant, and On a lot of boards, when you go like grudge, grudge, you can win that turn. But shenanigans is a little bit slower. Just gonna minimally sideboard here. It's good to have like bullets in the sideboard because we see so many cards with this deck. Okay, definitely keeping this. I think I'll just put back a Glimmer Baron, and then I'll lead turn 1 Star, turn 2 Ancestral. Yeah, Bolt doesn't kill Mirror Enforcer, which is why we side out 2. They kept 7. Jeez. That was crazy from that was like just honestly like cool to see from our opponent last game. Do I want to Deadly Dispute right now to make sure I resolve it? I think yes. And depending on how well we draw, we could consider rebirthing this turn as well. Well, no, I'm not going to, right? I wonder if it's worth. I sack treasure and land, make 3/1/1s, and then I can start Sprout Swarming earlier. If they have a Karat Clan Shaman, I get crushed, but I'm gonna go for it. I think it's my best chance because I could also draw rights and then win. I guess I need a red source also, but oh, I need a red source. I didn't really have one yet anyway. I had to use the treasure to play that. Just gonna Sprout Swarm. No Karat Clan. Don't do it. Okay, that is fine. Just draw a red source, please. Let's go. Mirror Enforcer? Or they have Ancestral? Jeez. Let's go Swarm. Red card. Mana problems coming into play here. They said amazing. Don't know if it's going to be good enough here. All right. Not quite Ancestral, but pretty much. I'll just take 2. I'd rather just have more creatures to be able to um, go in with rights. And I'm 1 mana short of double swarming with buyback. No shaman, please. No shaman one time. Galvanic Blast me. Okay. Red source. No. So now I think I probably attack for 5. And then I can Sprout Swarm with buyback once. I think this is honestly the first game in 5 leagues that I've been really mana screwed this badly. Maybe I'm getting lucky and maybe this is justice. I'm going to block and then swarm before damage. Mirror Enforcer, okay. Okay, there's a red source, nice. I'm just going in. There's another dispute. I mean, I can play it, I just don't think I have to. Does it really do anything? I think I just attack and then rights for 6. There's no way they, let's see, if they have, let's say they have double Gal Blast, they answer 4 creatures, then they still die. I guess they could have Fumes, but they don't really play Fumes. They have a Cannonade, maybe, but I think now is my best chance. Like, sure, they could have a Cannonade, but I probably can't win if they have that. Maybe I can. Maybe I can win by grinding. Because right now I could just go, like, if I'm not going for the win, when am I going to go for it, though? Yeah, because they can just not cast Cannonade. I'm just going to go for it. If I lose, I lose. Hands off. 24. Does that save them? I don't think it does. No. Woo! Jeez. Shocked we won that one, actually. That was pretty cool. Good thing I also went for the full rights, because if I went for less, they might have been able to survive. Sweet. Don't think it's worth playing around the Wrath there. Thorn is really good in this matchup. Don't think I want this either. It's just jam. 2 bolts for 2 artifact hate cards. Let's draw one of them. Oh man. We're on the draw. We have Star into Rebirth. Actually gonna keep. I have 3 draws towards a land, and my draw is pretty explosive here. Wow, that was good too. I can make 4 creatures on turn 2, draw 1 extra card. This is great. Munitions, nice. Okay. Looking good. Now we need to basically just draw rights. Yeah, I had 3 looks for a land because I had draw plus draw off Star. When I say draw, I meant like draw for turn. So I can lead on Synth. I can't cast a red spell if I find one. I think I want to lead on Wellspring plus Baron here. I have a lot of red spells I kind of want to cast, though. Alternatively, I can go... I do want to play Baron this turn. Because I was thinking I can go Bolt plus Wellspring attack for 3. It's not bad. It is tempting to bolt this. But I can bolt it next turn and have Baron out. Dipperandi, what's up? What about Baron Bolt land? Just not play any of our draw. Yeah, Bolt attack for 3, play Glimmer Baron, play land. It's not necessarily efficient, but I get to put them to 17, put my Glimmer Baron into play. You know what? I like it. Sometimes you gotta take not the efficient line. This also makes it kind of, they have to tap more mana to play a Mirror Enforcer. 3, 4, 5. I guess they would have played it last turn if they had it, but still. I get to attack for 3 there, which is also kind of like value. Yeah, let's Atog them. All right. A divination. No. See if they do for 2 or for 1. Might as well sack my entire board anyway. But I have a lot of draw left in my deck. Sack. 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 F6. Next turn I'll lead on synth. Opponent with 7 cards in hand. They sack the other Wellspring to draw. Okay, maybe they were looking for land. Sleed synth. Nice. Carnarium's really good. Wonder if I want a Carnarium like my Great Furnace right here in order to have more untapped lands next turn. Making a token is okay. Just not sure if it's as good as having 1 more mana next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially. If I bounce Garden, I'll only have 4 mana next turn, but I'll get 1 token. I'm not going to win anytime soon, I don't believe. I think I want the token. Hitting a bounce land there was really nice off the synth. Three mana. Cannonade. Okay, well, I'm fine with that trade, honestly, because then I can start to rebuild. I could have waited till I played this. All right, let's lead Wellspring, Gardens, our own munitions. Pass. They're at 16, we're at 20. They have a lot of cards in hand, but not much of a board yet. Their munitions is definitely better than ours. Geez, doubly ancestral. No mirror enforcers. Playing synth. Gallblast, maybe even Thoughtcast. They would rather Thoughtcast than Gallblast? They could have just Thoughtcast next turn. That was an interesting line from the opponent. Honestly, not sure about that one. So we cast synth. Ooh, I like that. It's Rebirth, Wellspring. Kind of missed there. I'm also likely to miss if I just activate a synth this turn. I kind of want to wait till next turn. Kind of want a Carnarium back a Garden as well. Edge on nothing going on. They have 6 cards. I'm in trouble for sure. Maybe I just leave up mana to leave up makeshift munitions activations. It's probably best. Because if they do start like killing my tokens or something, I can just start munitionsing. That's interesting. It's actually not that good here. They're activating right now? I can just kill... They lose their entire board here. See what they sent into. Land. I don't know about this. They lose both their Frogmites? Oh, they're Reckoner's bargaining and stuff. Okay, I mean, it's fine. And then I'll just shoot them for 1. know if I like that play by them. I mean, they lost 2 Frogmites. It's definitely relevant cards. I kind of want to get the 2/2s on these, but I think I'll just read by rebirthing one. Carnarium. Let's crack the other one. Ooh, nice Ancestral. Like that. Woo, let's go. So I think I want to just garden from hand in order to have another creature without summoning sickness for rights next turn. Oh wait, no. Because if I Carnarium back garden, 1, it doesn't give anything away, and 2, it puts another card in hand for rights anyway. I want to show them anything that I have. Also, if they have a bunch of munitions up, they can just answer my 1/1s with munitions. Makes it really hard for me to rights, but they've been tapping out a lot. Maybe they tap out here. They're gonna Blood Fountain. This is great for me. Oh, I guess it's not because they get back Shaman and then Wrath my board. So I wouldn't say great. They're gonna Shaman for 2. They're gonna Shaman once. Guess I'll just wait. I might not want to use my treasure. I'm just gonna let this resolve. Wait. No, because if I use my treasure, they have to Shaman again, which I kind of want them to do. I don't really need that treasure. Okay, they just let it happen. Wait. They Shamaned for 2? Oh, they sacked the Frogmite, duh. Okay. Hmm. I guess I'm going Star, sack to munitions, try to deal with this Frogmite here. Where's our Gorilla Shaman at? That is a good one. So I can go play Great Furnace, sack Great Furnace, kill this, play Thorn. All right. Plan is online. Yeah, this is such a fun card. It's a close match. They Deadly Dispute away a land, not their blood token. Interesting. They're just drawing a bunch of cards. They've outdrawn us for sure. Mirror Enforcer, okay. Baron. Let's just go Garden, Baron, pass with Deadly Dispute up. Just want to try to protect the Monarch here. Ooh, another Deadly Dispute. Nice. Galvanic Blast that. Deadly Dispute it. Ooh, Sprout Swarm's interesting too. Don't hate that. They sack kill plant. I'll just Deadly Dispute that as well. I'll likely have to discard here, but I have a bunch of extra lands to discard. Discard Ash Barrens. I have 10 minutes on the clock, which should be enough time for either of us to draw our deck. So not worried about time. Yeah, both of us just grinding really hard here. All right. Might be trying to find removal for this. I can sack these treasures if I need to. Okay, I'm doing fine here. Second Enforcer. Do they want to attack and trade treasures for a Mirror Enforcer? No. Okay. Another Sprout Swarm is actually pretty good as well. Let's lead Synth. I think I'm just playing another Synth. They said your list is amazing, buddy. Said thanks a lot. Oh, let's go. So now they said you did it. I said I created it. Yes, they said amazing. Love it. So now I think I'm gonna go play Mountain, Ancient Grudge, a Mirror Enforcer. Ancient Grudge, the other Mirror Enforcer, right now. Mountain, Grudge this. They sack. They're gonna probably shoot Baron. Oh, they shoot us. Okay, it's fine. Then shoot Mirror Enforcer, flashback. I can actually crack a Synth here, which I think I'm gonna do. Crack Synth. I had 1 mana floating. Wow. Hit Ancestral. I have nothing really good to sack to it, but I might as well sack this Synth to it, right? I don't want to sack my Samurai, I don't think. They said, hope you get the 5-0. That's really nice of them. Spell Tears. Jeez. There's rights. So we draw a card off Monarch. Okay, cast down. That's a good one. Cannonade. Oh, I was F6. Oh, brutal. Was not expecting second Cannonade. Holy shit. They have 17 cards in library. We're at 19. They have a lot of artifacts. Crack Synth, get a 2/2, and play a Mirror Enforcer? No. Not like this. Man, I'm in trouble. Let's go Garden. I shouldn't have Garden first. I should have cast down first and then Garden. Just a mistake. Not sure if it actually ends up affecting anything because I can use this to Sprout Swarm, but or I can maybe sack 2 things, kill Samurai. Not sure. So let's go 1, 2, 3. I can Sprout Swarm without buyback. I think that's what I have to do. Cast. Yeah, this opponent's super nice. They're not trying to time me out. I'm not worried about timing out anyway. And Sprout Swarm without buyback again. they should be able to take the Monarch here. Can we mill them out? I'm not sure about that. Munitions that. Ping them for one. We get hit to 15. We just have no artifacts in play. I think I want one more hate card for Affinity. Yeah, the F6 Cannonade was pretty backbreaking because I should have had one more thing. 10 cards in library. Maybe they just mill out. That's another draw. 9 cards. Land. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana right now. Do I try to Sprout Storm and block? I think I have to, otherwise I die to munitions basically right now. They probably shoot it. Moon's coming to say goodnight. Hi, bro. And then I go cast with buyback. Shoot you for 1. And then they have to munitions this one. They do. They hit me down to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 7 cards in library. It's coming down to it. There's Baron. Play Baron. Play Bounce Land. Pass. Munitions us. Does that mean they have lethal? I feel like it probably does. Munitions us. 9. Galvanic Blast. I can sack up to Glimmer Baron to save it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a Shaman. Shaman is fine. Oh, they can sack that to munitions too. They don't attack. Very interesting. Okay, they draw a card to 4 cards in library. What a crazy game. Galvanic Blast, target us, so that's lethal. Damn. They knew they had a blast left in their deck. Going down here. Xaxes. What if we like responded to this with a Weather the Storm or something? GG's. Super close there. We were never able to assemble any board in order to kill them with rights. Man, couldn't quite mill them, couldn't quite kill them, couldn't quite survive either. Got a loss, but that was a really close one. So I'm thinking with that I definitely want at least one more hate piece for Affinity because that deck seemed incredibly strong there. Like I probably want second Shaman, probably just cutting the fling at that point. Everything else seems pretty key. Like I think I want double Serene Heart because I'm kind of expecting to play against Boggles in the Super PTQ. So right now it's probably just add one Shaman, cut one Fling, maybe even change Ancient Grudge for Shenanigans. I'm still not convinced that Shenanigans better than Grudge, but maybe it is. It's tough to say. Yeah, the F6 was a punt there. Um, I mean, time was real. It's also hard to record with this deck because the games are super grindy like that, and there's a lot of decisions. But yeah, really interesting. Yeah, let's go round five. We can still 4-1 this. Maybe get 3 4-1s in a row. Let's go round five. All right, fifth and final round against Top Grinder. Would you like to play first? Yes. One bounce land hand. That'll happen. Small. And this looks a lot better. Let's keep. Could put back Synth. I can put back Wellspring. I feel like it's safer to just put back Synth. Just pass the bolt up on one. Oops, it's not F6 their turn. Hopefully they play a creature for us to bolt. That would just be nice. Allow us to be mana efficient here. Also of note, I don't really want to play more artifact lands because then we open ourselves up to Gorilla Shamans and Dust to Dusts. So I'm trying to not play too much. I'm just actually gonna kill that. It's not very good, but I'm planning to use my mana basically for the rest of the game if I can. Because I'm going to play Wellspring on 2, and then I'm going to use this red to play Rebirth on 3. So I'm likely not able to play Bolt till 4 anyway, so I think I might as well just Bolt that. Or what about I just realized what about we can also play the Conspire one. I'm blanking on the name of it. The one green, one colorless sorcery, naturalize plus Conspire. All right, we're against Boros here. Ooh, that is tempting, especially if they do not play a flyer next turn. Oops, I should have played Wellspring there, I think. I was thinking leave up Deadly Dispute. Now I kind of have to Deadly Dispute one of my goblins. I think this is fine. Yeah, Gleeful Sabotage. Could play that. I think Grudge is probably better than Gleeful Sabotage. They are playing a flyer. It's annoying, but we can draw into removal as well. Definitely going to go for Dispute here. I think that was a misplay. Should have definitely played Wellspring. Sprout Swarm. Removal spell? Removal spell one time. Yeah, green is the hardest color also for us to cast. Red is the easiest. Puts lead on Wellspring. Draw. There's a synth. Probably should have tapped these two black lands so I would have black red. Not playing that well right now, but let's see. What about play Glimmer Baron with Treasure, play Swamp Pass, and then leave up Sprout Swarm? I think that's the line. Now we can Sprout Swarm with buyback. I really wanted to find removal there because if we could have gone like Bolt plus Thorn, then we would have set ourselves up to like protect the Monarch for a long time. I think I bring in Spider Silk Armor in this matchup. One to block flyers and two to play around electricity that they may have. Alright, they have Rebirth. Pretty good. And they attack for two. Sure. Sprout Swarm with buyback here. Gardens. Sweet on synth. See if we can outgrind Boros here. Got to make more stuff than they can make. Opponent in the tank here. Also note this game, Deadly Dispute fixing our mana, allowing us to play a Glimmer Baron, and then Glimmer Baron allowing us to play Sprout Swarm. It's pretty nice, actually. Opponent is either in the tank, maybe they're considering Galvanic Blasting like Glimmer Baron right now. I'm honestly not entirely sure. Thorn. Literally, like, the one card that we cannot cast. Brutal. Star Gardens. Do I attack with Baron? They could chump it. It's also a good blocker for their goblins. Not sure what to do here. They have 7 cards in hand. I think we're just going to pass the turn. Thorn definitely has its awkward moments, that's for sure. It also has its moments where it shines and like wins. It's won me a lot of matches. Wow, they're cracking Clue to start their turn. That's a good sign for us. Why would they do that before? Oh, they already sacked Wellspring. Maybe that's why. All right, we go to 16. Sprout Swarm. We don't really have a great answer for this in this matchup. So if we can build up a bigger board, then we can just start Sprout Swarming and kind of take over that way. This card's sweet. I never got to play this draft format, so it's pretty fun to play with this card because this card was like the most broken common in that draft format. It completely ruined the format from what I heard. Are they considering to like bolt something right now? Removal spell. Damn. All right, let's go red draw. I might even crack synth here. I think I'm going to. I don't have black mana, so if I hit Deadly Dispute, I get punished. So I probably shouldn't have said that, because now I probably will hit it. We took our time tanking, but opponent is tanking a lot as well. Do they have like multiple removal spells that they're thinking about using? It's hard to say, I'm not really sure. Okay, there's a garden. Play that. Play Baron, play Star. So now we just need to find our rights. Let's attack with just this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swarm and then swarm again. So I just attack with just this. They can't block. I can sprout swarms twice still on this board. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they just chump. Nice. A Tog doing its thing. Someone please find me the old border Glimmer Barons. I just cannot find them. They attack for 2. I wonder if they have strands. Definitely don't really want to go in on a Tog considering they could have strands. Are we just going to get burned out right now from 14? That would be crazy. Looks like it. Blast, blast, bolt, bolt. Jeez. All right. Got wrecked. That's what Boros does, huh? I bolted the Thraben Inspector, and I really needed to bolt the Core Skyfisher. Never found another removal spell. That was brutal. All right, let's go with Spider Silk. Let's see. Fumes kills their Goblin tokens, but I think that's the only creature it kills. Still might want one. Let's see. Thorn is going to be coming out. So they showed one Ancient Den here. How many artifact lands did they play? Plains. I need to pay attention because some Boros decks play a lot of artifact lands and some play less. Because they played multiple Galblast, they have to have 4/4, right? I think I want this and maybe this. My targeted removal does get a little bit worse. Munitions is also like okay. I think Bolt is better than Cast Down. Cast Down or Bolt kills everything for 1 mana. Can side out 1 munitions. I think Glimmer Baron's actually good. Kind of want to bring in Bog too. I'll just try siding out like a bounce land for Bog. And then what's the last cut? Can board out 1 synth, 1 munitions. Munitions seems a little slow. I'm not sure. It might be worth it. But I think 1 is fine. Boarding Gorilla Shaman and Ancient Grudge is a little aggressive. Not sure if I want both fumes, but I think 1 is good. All right, same looks great. Now this is a potential turn 3 win. It's possible with this deck to have a turn 2 win. You have to be on the draw. You have to have Great Furnace, Rebirth, another red source plus rights. And I think that's a turn 2 win. Because then you would go draw up to 8, Furnace, Rebirth, make 3 creatures, go down to 6 cards, draw up to 7. I think it's actually short of lethal. Maybe you cannot turn 2 win no matter what. Because then I think you only get +5 and hit for 18 on turn 2. So I don't think that's actually a turn 2 win. So scratch it. 18 damage on turn 2 though. So if we draw rights with this hand, we have a potential turn 3 here. because we have turn 2 Rebirth, Garden, 4 creatures. We have some bolts as well, which is nice. So this hand's pretty solid. Yeah. Only really grindy deck with potential turn 3 wins and 18 damage on turn 2. It's crap. Alright, just go Garden, pass. No black source for the dispute yet, but we have time. Don't really want to bolt Thraben in this game. It's just honestly because my hand last game was awkward. I felt like using the mana was worth it on the bolt, but obviously I think I lost because I made that play. If I had waited, I might have been in better shape. Now I can bolt hit for 3, which is tempting. What are the chances that they play multiple creatures next turn? Maybe Wellspring into Baron is still the play. I think it is. Gotta learn from our mistakes here. Ooh, nice. That frees up our Deadly Dispute. Alright, let's not F6 their turn. We have an Atog in play. I gotta say, I do like this art, actually. This art's pretty sick. You gotta like that art. Alright, they rebirth. That's annoying. Glinthawk. Alright. So they're Glinthawking back land? Wow. And replay land. Pass. Okay. It's interesting. We just not draw the swamp that we were going to fetch for anyway. Sounds good to me. It's Ancestral. And then I think just attack with Baron. Ooh, another Rebirth. And a Sprout Swarm? Wow. So I can just Rebirth away my treasure. Rebirth away treasure, and then I have 6, 7 tokens in play. Attack with Baron. I can go double Sprout Swarm, go up to 9 tokens. That's actually lethal with Bolt if they don't block. I could also sack Great Furnace to get 1 more token, but I think I'd rather keep my lands. This is lethal if they don't block already. And I would certainly go for it. Sure, they could have Electricity, but definitely worth the risk here to represent lethal every turn. They have to chump. Attack with Baron. They chump. Okay. Pass. I do want to bolt that Glinthawk for sure. No trickery one time. Don't do it. God damn it. I guess I don't want to show Sprout Swarm. There's no point. God damn. Trickery got us. Played right into it. I said that I wasn't playing around it, and I did not. We have 5 cards in hand. Just no attack. Leave out Swarm. We can leave out Sprout Swarm plus Bolt here. Oh man, that was brutal. Yeah, I guess I could have let the rest die. Not too worried about time though. I'm up 3.5 minutes almost. Might as well just sack them for fun. Make a big Baron. All right, this is looking rough. Topsy Taplands. What's up? This list is doing great. I'm really happy with it so far. We're not looking in a great position here, but still have an insane record over the last 4 leagues. 5-0, 4-1, 4-1, and now we're 3-1 in this league, but looking to be in a bad spot. So likely a 3-2 here, but try to fight and see if I can win this game and then maybe the match. But yeah, deck is performing really well. Lost a close one last round to Affinity as well. So maybe with a little tuning, we get there. Thanks. Let's see. They're just not attacking. Okay. Bolt that now. Essentially got punished. Not much I could have done really. I didn't really want to Sprout Swarm on my turn. Feel like it's worth it just to get the Spider Silk down. I guess I also missed cycling in Ash Barrens with my 1 mana that was left over. The Electrickery was just so brutal this game. Like, just if they didn't have that, or if we had the Spider Silk earlier, I think we were just in a dominating position. But, I mean, they had it, so. Bounce Wellspring, replay, kill this Skyfisher. There's no like really better target to wait for. I mean, maybe Seeker of the Way, but I think I just kill that now. Guess I get Forest here. Another copy of Swarm doesn't really do anything. Spider Silk could do work here though. I had a interesting match against Boros where my opponent left in or brought in Dawnbringer Cleric and killed my Spider Silk armor. I was still able to win that match, but I was like, wow, if they knew about Spider Silk or was just leaving it in for munitions, well played. Opponent's playing very slow as well. I wonder if they're double queuing or if they're just, um, playing relatively slow here. Good news is I'm up about 5 minutes, so if I come back and win this game, I'll be in a good position time wise for game 3. They draw a card. bounce land, bounce planes, play a Skyfisher, just get never ending value. Boros is just really, really well positioned right now. Should I cast one of these? I think I just wait. I don't know if it actually helps that much. I would have had one more token right now and one less card. I feel like maybe it's better to just hold it for rights rather than make one more token there, but if it had helped me make more tokens in the future, maybe it is worth. Tough to say. If they attack with Skyfisher, I'm just taking it this time. Opponent, again, playing really slow here, so can assume they're doing something else or just watching TV or, doing something else while they're playing. So it doesn't make for the most exciting content here. Okay, let's just play that and crack it. All right, I mean, doesn't do that much, not that bad either. Pass. Can play one Sprout Swarm with buyback, plus just have the Gorilla Shaman in play. I can start eating anything else they may play into it. I'll just take a hit for 2 here. Can set up like a quad or like a 5 block next turn. Quit block. Yeah, I think that's another deck entirely is to try to be like more combo based with Sprout Swarm. I really don't think that's what you want to try to do. I think you want to just try to be more like value based. Pass. Sure, I could have Gorilla Shamaned away a Wellspring, but didn't think I even want to do that. I'd rather spend my mana on Swarms. Yeah, now I would start setting up big blocks. Soon we can start triple Sprout Swarming, I think as early as next turn. Kind of doing it here. Sprout Swarm potentially just winning this game on its own. Just want to keep making as many tokens as I can. Galvblast us. It's a bad sign. I could have cracked Synth also. Another Galvblast? They just have lethal? They need Galvblast plus Bolt here. Jeez. 15 points of burn? 16 points of burn? GG's. Wow. Good games. Ended up with a 3-2 that league, but the deck still felt really impressive. I mean, we barely lost to Affinity. We got kind of trounced by Boros there. But I think our draws just weren't quite up to par, and we got Electric Reed in game 2. So that'll happen. Maybe if we had found the Spider Silk earlier, we would have just won. So it's tough to say. Let's work on the deck like we always do. I said I wanted to not have this fling and I'll have another Gorilla Shaman. Not only is I think Shaman potentially good versus some builds of Boros when they have 8 lands that Shaman can kill, having it against that plus Affinity I think is huge. I could play a second Grudge as well, but I think the 2 Shaman is worth. I think that's just the best hate card. So now we have 3 hate cards against Affinity. So like let's let's look at the sideboard a little bit because I think that's where the deck needs the most work. Um, we have these against Affinity. We have essentially against Boggles, we're bringing in like a bunch of cards. I think the two Spider Silks have just shown like their value. People are bringing in cards like Electricity and Fumes against us. So bringing in cards like Spider Silk is just gonna be really strong. One, it's also good against Fae just in general with the reach. And how can you not love this card with the art? Pauper Tim, you keep talking about how I sided out Thorn, and yes, you are right. I do side it out a fair amount of the time, but I still think it's pretty good in game ones. And um, I think that when it's relevant, it's very, very good. It's just like you're adding such a strong card to your deck that enables kind of like a line of play that otherwise you just don't have access to in Monarch. And I just think it's such a strong card, it's just worth to have in the deck. But that being said, there could be a build of this deck where you just play more artifact lands, play Galvanic Blast, and then kind of just do like what Boros does. You also open yourself up to Gorilla Shaman and Death to Death, which I'm expecting to face in the challenge, which is why I don't really want to do that. What if we cut like Rakdos Carnarium, play Bog main, and then we have one more sideboard slot for like another Pyroblast. Also just gives us main deck graveyard hate. Go to 3 bounce lands, also potentially lets us keep more hands. I'm not sure that it's worth, but I'm willing to try it. We have the same number of tap lands. We lose 1 red source, but we gain Bog main and a sideboard slot. I could play second Bog in the sideboard. I could play third Pyroblast. So now I have to think about a good thing to think about is like, okay, let's say we want I like Thorn, but what current meta decks do you want Thorn against main and what don't you want Thorn? Second Grudge in the sideboard? Yeah, I mean, Affinity has been doing well. So we could play 2 Shaman, 2 Grudge, and just have like infinite hate for artifacts. That might be too much though, but maybe not. I mean, Affinity is definitely something to contend with. One Shaman, 2 Grudge. Three Pyros seems like it's going to be really good against like blue black, black red, or blue black, blue red, and mono blue Delver. The only decks that really use artifacts that you want to kill. The thing is, Ancient Grudge, one thing about Grudge is that it's also good against Black White Pestilence, which we could certainly run into in the challenge. So one Shaman, 2 Grudge does make sense for that. Because Shaman is really only good against Boros if we see they have a lot of Furnaces and Seed of the Synods. And Grudge is good against Affinity. What about 1 Grudge, 1 Shenanigans, 1. What about. What about this? Yeah, but having access to 2 Shamans means we can just find it more, like, more often, which is huge. I kind of like this setup. One shenanigans, one's grudge. Because now we have four hate cards for affinity, and we can just bring in shenanigans and grudge against like I said, black white pestilence or maybe Tron. And one shenanigans, one grudge seems better than either two grudge or two shenanigans. I mean, Chainer's Edict honestly is not even that great. It's good against Boggles and it's good against Black White Pestilence because we sided in for Guardian of the Guild pack. Yeah, you can always just exclamation point deck in chat or exclamation point Decklist. And Chainers is not good with just a one of. I'm gonna just entirely disagree with you, and I think it is good. And there's the link where I post all my decks for YouTube as well if you want to see that. I think Chainers is good as a one of because in conjunction with Fumes and Serene Heart, Chainers can be good. Um, I think it's like totally fine because also just having this against Boggles is good, and I like it against Guardian of the Guild pack. So comes in multiple matchups. There's times where you just have it in your opening against Boggles, and they just go like Boggle, enchantment, and then you just kill their thing. I mean, I could play third Pyro over the Chainers and play two Serene Hearts, and just have two Serene Hearts, two Fumes. It's honestly not bad because that's kind of a better combo than Chainers, but might just have to go with the two Pyros and the four Affinity hate cards because I feel like I'm very likely to run into decks where I want all of these cards. So I think this moving forward is good. Other cards to consider for the main deck are Gurmag Angler. I thought could be pretty decent. I know it's not that great with Synthesizer, but as a one of, a lot of the time in the mid to late game, Gurmag will always cost one mana because we don't use the graveyard in any other way. It's a one mana 5/5. It kind of just attacks from a different angle. Seems good to me. I don't really have room for another piece of graveyard hate, but I think with the one bog in the main, I think it's fine. I think Angler might just be a little bit too awkward. We can also play cards like Nest Invader or try one or two copies of Biograph, but I think sacking a token for Biograph is just it's just too brutal. It's just not good enough. Groff over Gurmag. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. Synthesizer has been very good. Sure, you miss on it sometimes in this deck, like I was saying, but I just think it's worth it. I think I just would run the next league like this. Um, and I actually I may play I may play a league tomorrow night, and I'll probably stream it if I do. So be on the lookout for that. But I think that'll wrap up this YouTube video here. One Groth over one Thorn. I mean, honestly, it's not bad, but I feel like just generally don't want to sack a creature to Groth. That's why I just like have been resisting it. It's like if you rebirth, I mean, every token creature is pretty valuable. I just don't see wanting to sack a token for a 5/4. I'd rather play like a turn one or two later Gurmag Angler 5/5 seems better to me. Yeah, that'll wrap up this YouTube video. Thanks everyone for hanging out on YouTube. Till next time. Peace.